Most people think the communication services sector is just about phone companies and social media apps, but in reality, this sector has become the digital connection layer of the global economy. It provides the networks, platforms, and media systems that allow billions of people to communicate, consume information, and interact online every single day. Without communication infrastructure, modern digital life would not function. Streaming, messaging, video calls, online entertainment, social networks, and cloud-based communication all depend on this system. At its core, the communication services sector exists to move information instantly across the world. To understand how this ecosystem works, you need to break it into three major layers. The first layer is telecommunication networks. These companies operate mobile towers, fiber infrastructure, broadband systems, and wireless networks that provide internet and mobile connectivity. This is the physical infrastructure powering global communication. The second layer is digital platforms. Search engines, social networks, and online ecosystems act as the digital environments where people communicate, search for information, consume content, and spend time online. The third layer is media and entertainment. These companies create and distribute movies, television, streaming content, music, gaming, and digital media for global audiences. Together, these three layers form one of the largest information distribution systems in human history. But what does this sector actually produce? Its real output is connectivity and digital content. Communication companies allow information to move instantly across devices, countries, and platforms. At the same time, they distribute entertainment, news, advertising, and digital experiences to billions of users worldwide. This sector has become deeply connected to how people spend attention, consume media, and interact socially in the digital age. Now, who leads this sector? In digital platforms and interactive media, companies like Alphabet, Meta, Netflix, Disney, and Tencent dominate global engagement and content distribution. In telecommunication infrastructure, firms like Verizon, AT&T, Deutsche Telekom, T-Mobile, and Vodafone operate massive communication networks that support billions of daily connections. These companies control both the infrastructure layer and the platforms built on top of it. Now let's talk about what drives this sector. One major driver is network expansion. The world continues investing heavily in 5G, fiber infrastructure, and high-speed connectivity to support rising data demand. Another major driver is artificial intelligence. AI is increasingly being integrated into search engines, recommendation systems, advertising algorithms, and digital content creation. And another powerful force is advertising demand. Businesses constantly spend money to reach global audiences through digital platforms, video streaming, and social media ecosystems. Now, how do communication companies actually make money? One major model is digital advertising. Platforms generate enormous revenue by selling targeted advertising space to businesses. Another source is subscriptions. Consumers pay monthly fees for mobile service, broadband internet, streaming platforms, and premium digital content. And another important revenue stream is infrastructure services, where companies provide connectivity solutions and network access for businesses and institutions. But despite its scale, the communication services sector also faces major risks. One major risk is user attention. Digital platforms compete aggressively for engagement, screen time, and audience retention. Another challenge is content cost. Streaming services and media companies spend enormous amounts of money producing entertainment and maintaining digital ecosystems. And finally, regulation remains a growing issue. Governments around the world are increasing pressure around data privacy, content moderation, antitrust concerns, and digital platform power. Today, communication services have become one of the central systems of the digital economy. It is no longer just about phone calls or television. It is about controlling the networks, platforms, and ecosystems where billions of people spend their time, attention, and digital activity. And in the modern economy, attention itself has become one of the most valuable assets in the world. If you want to understand markets, You have to understand this system. Subscribe to NAVIXA for clear, structured market insights.